What's going on, guys? SickWithMono here, back again with another Minecraft video. And today is going to be an interesting one. It is time to start building my base. And I'm very nervous about this because I started doing a couple measurements already, and it looks absolutely massive. I'm going to do an octagon shape. It's going to be under the water, and already that's 101 blocks long. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty big. Also with me today, I also have All Hail Me here. She's not going to necessarily be helping me with this, but if you hear her voice, that's who it is. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, so in preparation for this massive build that I got going on over here, I need to drain this water. So I've been going back and forth between a desert biome I found, and I got 3 full double chests worth of sand, and I got a couple more piles in my inventory. And I gotta drain all of the water out of this massive area where my base is gonna be. And that's gonna take absolutely forever. And that's not enough sand, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. So first thing I'm gonna have to do is I gotta measure out the rest of this octagon. And I'm a little nervous about that because this line is literally just straight line, no border around it. And already looking at this, I'm really scared about what the size of this thing is going to actually look like. So as far as the actual blocks go, at this point, it's 50 blocks to the center, and then there's a center block. And yeah, that's a lot of room. Hopefully there's enough room inside this thing for everything that I'm going to want to put in here. Because if not, we have a serious problem. Oh, a squid. Okay. So I have these things jutting outwards. And so now I'm afraid to see what this actually... Oh, God, I almost fell. I'm afraid to see what this actually looks like from above. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a lot, but okay. I got to do some math. I'll be back in a second because I got to figure out how long I actually have to make the side T's in order to make a perfect octagon. Yet, even though I did math and actually calculated this, I still don't know exactly how big this has to be because there's no decimals in Minecraft. So, we're going to just wing this and see what happens here.
You're making an octagon?
Yeah, because a dome was going to be, I think, like, ridiculously impossible. So, I did the next logical thing, which is an octagon.
Dude, there's so much sand you're gonna have to fill.
Oh, I know. I got 3 double chests over there. I've been busy.
Would you go to the desert?
Yeah.
What are you gonna put in this mega base?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I just switched over to my second account for this third-person point of view, and wow, okay, I've got my work cut out for me, but I'm excited. So, what am I going to do next? All right, so just looking at this thing, first thing I definitely have to do is I have to clear out all of the plants and stuff off the bottom, otherwise the sand is going to break. So let me do that real quick. All right, guys, well, I got to start somewhere, and I guess that somewhere is going to be this whole area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wall off the section here on the T with sand, and I'm going to fill this entire thing in, and I'm going to get to work here. All right, guys, so I'm back. I've officially gone through an entire double chest's worth of sand, and yeah, I have done what you see here. So the barrier is going to actually go under this mountain, which I'm eventually going to have to dig out. And so as far as this quarter of the octagon goes, I'm a little more than halfway, I'd say, at this point. So I'm going to keep pushing on here. I'm going to knock this out. And 3 hours later, and 3 double chests, and a little bit more of sand, and I almost have a quarter of the thing filled in. Yeah, this thing is pretty ridiculous. I was curious. I looked in my stats at how many sand blocks I've placed for this entire thing. So times used is this column right here. And if I scroll all the way down to sand, I'm already at 12,177. And I was thinking about it, and I really haven't placed any other sand so far in this world. So I'm like 12,000 blocks into this thing already, and I still have 3/4 of it to go. And then on top of that, this water's deeper than the water over there. I don't know what I got myself into here, but it's okay. So now at this point, guys, I'm totally out of sand. I went ahead and I enchanted a couple extra shovels. That took a little while too. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start digging out some of the sand from this area so I get enough to fill in the rest of that. And I'll be back as soon as I do that. Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm so close to finishing it. I only have 1 stack left in my inventory though, and I honestly don't think this is going to be enough, but we're going to see what happens here. Come on, come on, come on. Be enough, be enough, be enough. Oh, it's close. Yes! And we got 1 piece to spare. Wow, okay. That took a really long time. So, here's 1/4 of it filled in. And this honestly just took forever. This is crazy. Actually, I'm curious. Let's see how many sand blocks we've placed at this point now. 14,000. Oh my god. So I'm doing a little quick math here, and that means this entire thing is probably going to be somewhere around at least 50,000 blocks of sand that I have to place. But then again, like, that area over there is deeper than the stuff over here, so like that's going to be even more sand. I don't know. This whole thing's going to be massive. I'm excited for it, but at the same time, oh, okay, I'm in a hole. But that's fine. I got all the time in the world now that we're in quarantine. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I know I said I have all the time in the world in quarantine, but honestly, that's kind of not true at this point. So I originally was supposed to upload yesterday, and I didn't because on Friday, I actually got a new puppy. And so he's adorable, but he's been taking up a lot of my time. And, you know, there's a lot of watching him and making sure he doesn't rip apart my entire house, which he definitely tries to. He's a little monster. He's adorable. He's smart. He's the sweetest little thing ever, but he's a little bit of a monster. And so I've spent a lot of my time going back and forth between recording, making sure he's okay, making sure the house is in one piece, and then getting back into doing this. All right, so I've done some thinking, and I'm thinking that this is going to be the quickest way for me to clear all this sand back out. So I think if I just keep repeating this process over and over again for a little while, sand should be out in no time at all. I think this is super quick. It's also super laggy, but that's efficient. So guys, I did a little bit of the clearing out, and whoop, I fell in, and I got about this far. So it might only be about halfway as far as what has to get dug back out. Actually, it's probably even more than that because I'm going to dig down through the stone. It's not just going to be the sand. But what I have dug out is, this is 2 full double chests and started the 3rd chest worth of sand already. And I think I'm going to stop with this for right now. And I actually want to get working on another project that is going to be super important too, which is I really need some sort of bulk super smelter. I'm probably not going to do anything too crazy because this one in particular is only going to be temporary while I build this base, and I'm going to build, you know, a massive one within this whole structure. But I'm going to need a ton of glass. So what I'm going to do is, for the time being, I'm going to make a temporary one that I think I'm just going to put, honestly, probably just put it right here. Or I might put it outside the circle. But I'm going to start gathering some of the materials for that. And I'm thinking I'm going to make it probably about 30 furnaces. I think that should be plenty for a starting point at least. All right, so I'm back up in my base right now, and I got to start making a ton of chests and hoppers and furnaces, and I'm just worried sitting here that I'm about to burn through like all the resources that I have right now. This is going to be a lot. Oh, my donkey's in here. How did you... what? Huh, I don't know how that happened. Well, Got all my stuff. I'm back over here, and I am ready to go. So let's get started on this smelter. I'm going to do this in a little bit of a form of like a tutorial, just in case anybody's interested in copying a design that's either this one or something similar to it. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take a couple chests, and actually before I do that, I'm going to fall off of this thing. But I'm going to put a couple chests over here. This is going to be our output chest, or the chest where all of our smelted items end up. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take hoppers and I'm going to run them out the back of this chest. So I'm going to do 20 since we're going to have 20 furnaces. So we got a row of 20 hoppers going all the way across. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our furnaces and we're just going to shift click them on top of all of these hoppers. So now that that's done, I'm going to take another set of hoppers, and looking at the math, I'm a little worried that I actually did this math wrong, but hopefully not. I'm going to take hoppers and run them down into the top of each of these furnaces. And then I'm going to go down the back, and I'm going to run hoppers out the back of the furnaces. So now, I actually shorted myself a couple furnaces here, but what's going to happen is I'm going to run another set of hoppers going into the back of this row. And what that's going to do for me is, this isn't necessary. There are ways to do this with just a single row of hoppers, but just for the sake of building this quickly, and because I'm going to end up using all these hoppers again anyway, it's just easier to have the minecart rail that's going to run across the top of this here rather than here, because then you run into problems on the end where the two carts want to connect with each other, and that's just a headache that, you know, it's just easily avoidable by just using an extra row of hoppers. So the next thing that's happening here is I'm just building a little runway basically for the minecart to actually come in and stop. And so let's extend these out, and then we're going to go up a block like this, just like that. Cool. So at this point, all I'm going to do is put down 2 powered rails on each of these tracks, and then I'm going to go running down to this side, and I'm going to do a similar thing. So we're going to go 1, 2, with a block up like that, 1, 2, block up like that, powered rails on both of those. And so now we're going to take our rails, which I didn't bring enough of. That's okay. I'll make more in a moment. And we're just going to line the entire line of hoppers with rails. Now, we could use powered rails for this entire thing, and that would eliminate this set of hoppers. But at the moment, I don't really have the resources to where I feel like that's worth it, I guess, at this point. So I am electing to do it this way. And then the other thing that we're going to do really quickly is we're going to take a regular rail. We're going to place it up like this, destroy that, and we'll do the same right here. Destroy that. And so if we come underneath like this, we're going to break this block and place a block there. We're going to put torches underneath, and that will power our rails on this side. So that side's done. And then what we'll do over here is once we get our minecarts with our hoppers up there, we'll place in some levers so that we can actually turn on the tracks when we're ready to use this thing. We're going to take our chests, and so what we can do is chest up here, chest right there. We're going to jump to this side, and we're going to make this a double chest. And so let's place in our hopper minecarts like so. And the other thing we need now is our levers. So those are just going to go there and there. And those will turn on our minecarts, send them across. They'll hit the powered rail, and they come right back. But with that, guys, oh, I gotta light this thing up because there's a lot of mobs. But anyway, guys, so I think that's all I got for this one. I'm going to continue working on digging this thing out and filling in more of the water in these areas in between this video and the next one. But thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next one. Be sure to leave a comment down below about what you might want to see in the next one. And yeah, guys, this has been Mono, and I will see you later. Bye.